Somewhere, a capacitor creaks under the load. Hot metal. The console keeps its lights and its secrets.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
In St. Marie, we're reading 68 degrees Fahrenheit with partly cloudy. Wind check west-northwest at 10 miles an hour.
That reclassification from amusement to cultural institution could mean access to municipal grants previously unavailable. Think about the impact on independent promoters struggling to keep spaces open. This could reshape local signal radars, allowing small venues to register as more than just a place to burn off energy. An alternative path before this reclassification might have been a citywide cultural trust, funded by a tourism levy, directly acquiring property to lease to venues at cost, prioritizing direct community control. However, the chosen next experiment is to observe how many venues, particularly those registered with the Gig Passport mesh, can secure long-term leases or access the new Cultural Infrastructure Fund in the next 18 months.
We've tracked 28 such venues in Berlin that faced closure in the last 5 years due to rising rents and noise complaints. This reclassification offers a structural vector for resilience, aiming to keep cultural hubs like the legendary Berghain from becoming luxury condos. The trade-off, of course, is the increased scrutiny that often accompanies government recognition, demanding more formal accountability from formerly underground spaces. It's a dance between validation and autonomy, with community identity hanging in the balance.
Patching in a caller, the contrarian. You're on the signal.
Togee, this reclassification sounds like more paperwork. What concrete evidence suggests this will actually prevent closures rather than just shifting liabilities? Show me the receipts. What's the cost-benefit for the average Berlin resident beyond just the club owners?
Copy that, bringing it back to the main thread.
The city's finally admitting that a good DJ set is as vital as a gallery opening, shifting the rules of engagement. Tapping into that energy, ensuring these spaces can survive, it's about acknowledging the architecture of our social connections. The playable next step here is watching if these newly recognized cultural institutions can truly leverage their status to secure permanent homes, not just temporary tax breaks. It's like giving a power substation a historical landmark plaque to keep the city humming.
Appreciate the scrutiny, contrarian, and Kalen's read on the game board. From the dance floor to the front line, a new geopolitical tremor. The Middle East crisis deepens. The Israeli army announces it has captured a strategic castle in Lebanon, marking its deepest incursion into the country in 26 years.
The Israeli military confirmed seizing Khalat al-Jabal, a strategic mountaintop fortress in southern Lebanon, early this morning, a TogeeVision.com not breached since 1998. This position offers commanding views over the Litani River Valley and key Hezbollah supply routes, exposing civilians in border towns like Bint Jbeil and Maroun al-Ras to direct conflict. Hezbollah fighters are now forced to contest territory deeper within their traditional strongholds. A viable alternative before this ground operation could have been an internationally brokered demilitarized zone along the Blue Line, enforced by expanded UNIFIL patrols and direct diplomatic channels to disarm border threats. Instead, the chosen next move is a tactical assertion of control, aiming to establish a forward defensive perimeter and dismantle specific rocket launch sites, with withdrawal timelines linked to achieving those kinetic objectives.
The capture of Khalat al-Jabal reverberates through generations. This TogeeVision.com, a Crusader-era stronghold, later repurposed, carries the weight of past invasions and resistance, becoming a symbol of enduring Lebanese sovereignty for many. For families in villages below, seeing foreign flags on that peak again ignites ancestral memories of displacement from the 1982 and 2006 conflicts. Who carries this next? It's the regional narrative of occupation versus liberation etched onto the landscape, shaping the identity of children growing up under these new lines of control.
Lines open. Patching in a caller. Go ahead.
Togee, what is the true cost of this tactical gain? Will capturing one castle truly secure Israel, or will it just ignite a wider regional conflagration, exposing more civilians to violence and destabilizing the entire Levant? Who pays the long-term price for this strategic move?
This isn't just a military capture, it's a recalibration of the regional chessboard, bending established rules of engagement. Taking a historic, symbolic stronghold like Kalat al-Jabal is a power play designed to redraw the conflict's boundaries, not just a defensive measure. The playable next step for regional actors involves assessing whether this move is a prelude to broader escalation or a calculated statement meant to force a new, albeit fragile, equilibrium. The tension is now visibly higher, literally, on that mountaintop.
Switching frequencies, next signal. As immigration rises, Kawasaki's foreign council shows path. A critical analysis, Kalen. The strategic implications are undeniable. From the battlefields of the Levant, we turn our gaze to a different kind of frontline, the evolving demographics of Japan. As immigration rises, Kawasaki's foreign resident council is showing a path toward inclusion.
Kawasaki City's foreign resident population has surged by nearly 15% in the last 5 years, now exceeding 60,000, with significant communities from Vietnam and Nepal. The Kawasaki Foreign Residents Council, a body comprising 20 elected members representing a dozen nationalities, has spearheaded initiatives like a multilingual helpline available in 8 languages and workshops on navigating Japan's civic life. New arrivals, particularly those seeking employment in manufacturing and services, often struggle with visa renewals and accessing public health services, exposing them to exploitation. An alternative to this localized council model would be a national-level policy shift towards a comprehensive guest worker program with mandatory integration courses and guaranteed pathways to long-term residency, centralizing resources but risking a disconnect from local needs. The chosen next move for Kawasaki is to pilot a cultural navigator program in 2 specific wards next year, pairing established foreign residents with new arrivals for peer-to-peer support in daily life and city services.
This council represents a quiet revolution against Japan's historical insularity, actively weaving new threads into the social fabric. It challenges traditional notions of a singular Japanese identity, adapting to the realities of an aging population and labor shortages. Who carries this next? It's the bicultural children of these immigrants, growing up fluent in both Japanese and their heritage languages, who will redefine what it means to be Japanese in the coming decades. A concrete image, new multilingual signs appearing in Kawasaki's public parks, welcoming families from diverse backgrounds to shared community spaces.
There's a caller on the line.
Togee. This sounds like feel-good optics. What's the actual impact on existing Japanese citizens? Is this council genuinely integrating new residents, or just creating a separate system that burdens local taxpayers without fundamentally bridging cultural divides? Show me the metrics for true cohesion, not just assistance.
The game of national identity is being subtly reprogrammed in Kawasaki. This isn't just assistance, it's an active design intervention. Is this a new mod for Japanese society, or just a patch to cover an existing demographic bug? The emergent property is a city actively crafting inclusion policies, which in a culturally homogeneous nation is a radical system update. The playable next step might be for other Japanese cities to adopt similar cultural APIs for integration. Observing Kawasaki's pilot program for scalability.
Sharp analysis, Kalen. The blueprints for civic architecture are constantly being redrawn. The hum from the transmitter deepens, a low vibration through the floor, a steady pulse against the static.
Play the next move.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com. Tune in, Sparks and Stories, Gig Passport.